Okay, fun is already happening here at Montrose Matters Live. I am here with, first of all, I'm Tanya Maddox, and I'm here with Emily Sanchez and Sarah Fishering from the Montrose County Event Center. And we have a lot to talk about, ladies. There's quite a bit going on.
We do have a lot going on. Lots of exciting things.
Yeah. So what I want to know first, though, is why didn't you let me know the dress code? You know, the green,
I don't know. I think you just missed the memo.
I did. I missed the memo. All right, next time I want to be in on this.
You just have to spend more quality time with Sarah and I, and then you'll be dressing like us, apparently.
You all heard that, right? I've been invited to spend more time with Sarah and Emily. I can make that happen. But until then, let's talk about some events that are coming up. First, today, for all the ladies who like cocktails, the first Friday of every month, we meet at a different location. And tonight, we are meeting at Ted's Steakhouse at 3:30. And it's for all the boss ladies in Montrose. Come down, have some cocktails, and good conversation. Also, on July 15th, guess what's happening? There's this little thing called Power Players. Yeah, all these professionals get together and they network. There's food involved. There's no alcohol, but you should still come. You know, it's a great luncheon, and it happens at the Bridges. It's always on the third Thursday of every month. And then the new Chamber of Commerce, which it's really hard for me to say that it's new still. You know, it was launched in October, but they started the business after hours again, and it is happening this month at the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, on 6700 Road. It's going to be on the 29th, and it starts at 5 o'clock. So some good networking, some good food, and a couple of cocktails. Oh, wait, how did this get in there? The Montrose County Fair and Rodeo, that's coming up too. Can you believe that's happening already? Gosh. Okay, on July 24th through the 31st, the Fair and Rodeo is back in action, and everything will be at the Montrose County Event Center, but we're going to talk about that along with some other things later on today, right?
We sure are.
We are. So this show, I have so much fun, and I get to interview amazing guests like Sarah and Emily. But if it was not for the Real Estate Store, Elevate Fiber, River Valley Family Health, and Alpine Bank, we could not bring this show to you guys. So thank you so much to our sponsors. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk to Sarah and Emily.
Employees, and we were in a double wide trailer with 4 exam rooms. So that's where we started, behind an elementary school. Really focused on taking care of those children. It was a school-based clinic prior to us becoming an FQHC. But very quickly, we realized the community needed a lot more support, a lot more access to healthcare. So in the last 8 years, we've grown to 3 different sites. We have 104 employees now, and we're taking care of about 6,600 unique patients a year.
In Colorado, we're not afraid of rolling up our sleeves and doing what's right. To work hard today so we can enjoy tomorrow. So we can take pride in knowing we gave our best. So at the end of the day, we can all gather at the table and know we grew this together. That's why Alpine Bank is proud to call Colorado home. After all, everything we need is right here. You are Colorado. So are we.
Oh, Alpine Bank. Gosh, those apples look so good. We're glad you're Colorado. But, all right, I want to talk about something amazing here in Montrose, Colorado. Emily, isn't it like, 3 years since the event center has been built?
Yep, we opened in April of 2018.
My goodness.
Yeah, so we have been rolling ever since. 2020, you know, we used it in a different capacity than what we had planned.
You think?
Yeah. But 2021, we've come back in full force again.
Great. And Sarah, how long have you been with the event center now?
Since June 2019.
Okay. So you've had, they broke you in with COVID and a few other things, after, a year?
With the fair, actually. Yeah. We were going right into the fair.
Yeah.
Isn't that called hazing?
Maybe a little bit, but she's still here.
And she's smiling about it. She came back.
Yeah.
Gosh, okay, so that you really started at Fair in 2019?
Pretty close, yep. We were having all kinds of fair conversations. Things,
Really?
yep.
Well,
yeah, it was super fun.
Guess what? happy anniversary.
Yeah.
You feel good about that.
Yeah.
So tell us what's going on at the event center now. I mean, I want to talk about the fair, but you have you've had quite a few events since we reopened, and some of them have been to capacity, which is pretty awesome. You guys are able to pivot and, make things happen with the restrictions that we had and still put on some good events. So tell us a little bit about what's coming up right now. You have a poster in front of you.
So as part of the Montrose County Fair, the Fair Board decided to add in a couple of different things. But one of the new events is the Route to Tip. Event, which is a celebration of our local producers happening on Friday, July 30th. We'll be having a 3-course meal that has been devised by Serving Grace. And basically that will focus on ingredients and produce from our local area, mostly within about 50 miles of Montrose. So that's pretty cool.
Great.
We'll be pairing that with local beverage producers as well. So
When you say beverage, like the wineries
yeah, there'll be some wineries.
You can tell it's a
presented.
Friday and ready. I'm ready for the
Everybody's ready
holiday
for
and the
happy hour.
weekend. Exactly.
So that we'll be representing some local wineries, some local breweries, and also some distilleries as well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so that's super fun. And then we'll also be having a keynote from the Whiskey Sisters Supply,
Okay.
who are entrepreneurs from the Front Range, who have really done some amazing things with their own agricultural situation. And then we'll be having live music from Tyler Gummersol as well. So
That's
it's going to be
an
a super
event.
fun event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what made you all add this to the fair this year? Was there something?
So following COVID, the Fair Board, they had last year really had to pare down the event to what was essential.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they started to plan for 2021, they got to thinking about, what do we want the fair to look like now? We've completely wiped the slate clean, right?
That's true. Good point.
And how do we differentiate it from everything else happening in Montrose, from Funk Festival to Youth Appreciation to all these great events? We want the fair to stand a little bit separate. And they kept coming back to agriculture. How do we promote agriculture? How do we preserve and communicate the importance of agriculture in our community? So here, basically everybody can come down and have a meal that's prepared completely from our local producers. That's an experience. That's kind of exciting.
It is. And, we forget, sometimes we forget about our ag background, but when you can have locally sourced food, there's something just exciting about that. And it's unique and it makes you appreciate it makes me appreciate where we live and just being here in beautiful Colorado. So, all right. The fair, let's just talk about the fair in general. So we're trying to stand out and, we wipe the slate clean, something unique and different. But what about some of our old favorites? Are some of the other things that normally happen at the fair still happening?
Oh, of course. We're going to kick off with the parade on Monday night. You
Yes.
can't have a fair without a parade, right?
Okay. I don't think so.
We have the tractor pulls, both the kiddie tractor pull on Tuesday, the 27th, and then the antique tractor pull on Wednesday, the 28th. Thursday, we're super excited to welcome the Mustang program, if you've heard about that, into the event center.
I have not. Tell us about that.
So the Mustang program kicked off in 2017 with 10 kids and 10 yearling Mustangs that were adopted off the BLM. From there, it's grown to 18 burros and 32 Mustangs. So it's really exploded into this program. Thursday night, we'll have Mustang Maddie, who is just an incredible horsewoman. She does with Mustangs what most of us can't do with our trained broke horses. And then we'll have a couple other Mustang enthusiasts, plus all the kids competing. So these kids adopted Mustangs about 90 days ago. They came in off of a semi, completely untouched.
Are you kidding?
And you'll see them that Thursday night doing routines to music in costume, and it's just amazing how far they've gotten these horses.
In 90 days.
In 90 days. And the event is free. We'll have the VFW there serving hamburgers, and then Y-Bar Hitch will be there giving carriage rides. But
Oh, that's great.
yeah, come in. The Mustang is a beautiful horse. It's something you just don't see every day. And then to see how far these kids have come it's cool.
So, Emily, you said something funny that I bet you don't believe it's funny. So, just a second ago, Emily said, they have see what they've done with these Mustangs that we haven't done with our own, our normal horses. You said we. I've never been on a horse, Emily. Okay? You do not want to just give me a horse and say, come, train it.
Oh, no.
And so, it sounds like you're a horsewoman.
I'm a pretend horsewoman. I love horses, so you know how most people get excited about like singers and famous people?
Yes.
Sarah has to calm me down for some of the horses coming into our building. She's like, hey, Emily, get back to work. You don't actually need to go meet that horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we are going to be amazed by these Mustangs, huh?
You're going to be amazed by the Mustangs.
And the kids. That's
and the
so
kids. I mean,
wonderful.
Yeah, it's a lot of dedication and a lot of work on their end. And for being like a 13-year-old and putting that much effort in is always amazing to me.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but yes, I, at a certain age, don't put that much energy and effort into, animals and stuff. And it's a beautiful thing when you see these kids connect and do that. So how is the fair going to end this year?
You want to?
Well, we're going to have bull riding on Friday night.
Oh.
So for anybody who's not so much interested in the banquet or a dinner, we're going to have the second bucket
Okay.
at the fairgrounds. So bull riding with, is it 20 cowboys?
20 cowboys,
Yeah.
right? 2 bulls apiece. Whichever one has the top score wins or takes home the prize money.
Okay.
So
That's always exciting.
super exciting. And then on Saturday night, we'll have the rodeo. So
Okay.
the CPRA rodeo will be in town. Super fun, bronc riding, barrel racing, all of the things that you expect from a rodeo. So
Really?
Outdoor rodeo, which I think we love indoor rodeo, obviously, at the event center, but outdoor rodeo is really special in the summer. So it can be a little gritty, it can be a little muddy, it can be a little damp, but it's super
Oh, that has
fun.
happened. I remember being rained on.
Yes, thank you, monsoon.
Exactly.
It adds the entertainment value.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Definitely.
You know what? Can you say gritty just one more time?
Gritty.
It could be a little gritty. With that British accent of yours, it makes it sound like it's okay to get dirty and
It is okay.
get rained
Yeah.
on.
It is.
But that's what the rodeo is all about, right?
It is. Yep.
Good.
Totally.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and continue this chat about all things happening at the event center and the rodeo.
At the Real Estate Store, we're a group of real estate professionals who share all forms of property brokering in an innovative way. Our expertise and experience makes us the best choice for buyers and sellers. Our brokers are ready to assist you, either in person or virtually. Come visit us in historic downtown Montrose and experience for yourself the difference of our personal, professional property brokers.
Believe it, just like Gigfoot, Zero Lag Gaming does exist. The real myth now? Slow internet made you lose. So step up your game with Elevate Internet today.
Okay, Sarah, it's not too early in the morning for cheese balls, okay?
Oh, way too early for cheese balls.
One day, someone is going to be a guest here and just bring me a big old bucket of cheese balls, okay? And I will.
Noted for next time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
noted.
Got it.
We need to get her on a horse with a thing of cheese
Wait,
balls.
yes.
Got it.
So during the commercial break, our producer Drew said that the next time we need to get Tanya on a horse, and they said, "Oh, we can make that happen." Yeah, let's. Why don't we work on the cheese balls first, and then we'll work on, the horse.
Play to our strengths.
Exactly. Yes.
On it.
So the event center opened in 2019, right?
2018.
2018, I'm sorry. In 2018, and as someone who, I was around when you all were building that, I still am confused about all the different things that can happen and that do happen at the event center. So walk us through, what's the smallest room that you have that can be rented out, and what do people rent it for?
We have 3 of the smaller meeting rooms that are often used as breakout rooms or smaller trainings. We do everything from bunco in them to actual trainings.
Bunko?
Bunko.
Yeah, we have a
hosted-
bunko group.
Yeah,
I want to be invited to that one. Okay.
we can
They're
make that
fun
happen
ladies.
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had regional the police.
Yeah, we've had law enforcement do multi-day trainings in there.
Okay.
We had a group recently who were basically in Montrose for 10 days doing training. They were from all over Colorado, which was super cool. So brought those guys in. They train in our rooms during the day. They visit Montrose in the evening. But they used all of our meeting rooms, including room 4. For a banquet at the end.
So the smaller room, how many does that hold generally?
It totally depends on the setup, but anywhere between 20 and 30 each,
Oh, okay.
or we can combine the bigger one to more like 40 or 50, depending on your setup.
Nice. Okay, that's good to know. And so what's the next room up? This is so when you walk through the front door of the event center, which I love those doors. I love that entryway and that foyer, and just it's so beautiful and inviting and well done, by the way. So I don't know who designed that.
The brand boards were Emily's idea, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to represent agriculture again, kind of give the building character.
Okay.
Because it is a huge metal building, so that was a way to represent, kind of our history. The brands have huge stories behind them. So.
I'm one person, just one person, I get it, but I think, well done, Emily Sanchez. You're welcome. But so you walk through the doors, and you've had the smaller rooms to the right as you walk through.
Yep.
And then to the left, what do you call that room?
We call it many things. The big room, meeting room 4.
Sometimes it's called meeting room 4.
Oh, okay.
We need a
Sometimes
name
it's
for
called
it,
the
Tanya.
banquet hall. We've
Okay.
toyed around with some other names.
Everybody who is listening right now, we need a name for room 4, okay?
Yeah, we do.
So go online, give us some suggestions, and also any questions that you have for Emily and Sarah, you can ask those now. But for the room yet to be named, what happens in there?
We host weddings, we host banquets, non-profit events, all kinds of things. We actually have the chamber in there for your guys'
That's
ribbon
right.
cutting event, right?
Yes.
So it's a super versatile space. So you can really come in there and do anything you might need to do. The maximum capacity is 356.
Okay.
Depending
Not
on your setup.
350, not 352, not
356.
349. It's 356.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very specific on that. 357 is too many, and 354 is not enough.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So when number 357 starts to walk through the door, it's like, no, stop.
turn that
Okay.
person around. But the other cool thing about that space is it also extends our exhibition space. So if we have a large event going on in the arena, we can extend our exhibition space into room 4 as well. We do have 2 massive garage doors that can allow any number of massive things through there. So so that's kind of cool too, and it's a super versatile space.
Okay. Yeah. We need to work on the numbers though, because I think I have 357 people that I need to invite to an event.
You'll have to just send one of them out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
or we'll just have it in multiple areas. We'll have it in the lobby. And
Yeah.
you can circle through, Tanya. We'll make
Okay.
it work.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't
So
worry.
can we make this work? 356 in the room, and I can stand in the lobby and just look into the
Yeah.
room and pretend I'm.
That's my preferred spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just outside.
So we joke about that, but in all seriousness, your lobby acts as almost an event space as well, right?
Oftentimes we do
Yeah.
use it for that. We've set up bars in there. We've had a band in there. Just a little bit of whatever will make that event more special. So we're very flexible in regards to what we'll do to help you have a successful
I have
event.
noticed that you guys pivot very well. You're extremely flexible. You're creative. It's like, oh, it's a lobby. Most people would just, let people walk through, but you can set up a bar there. You've had food service in the lobby area because I've
Yep.
seen buffets there as well.
Definitely.
And then people can go into the event and it has, you have a little more space. So I really like that part about the event center.
Yeah, the lobby is a beautiful space. And I think it's one of our big selling points. I think when you actually walk through the doors and you see the lobby and you see the brand boards and all of that, it is just a really beautiful space. So.
So I want to know, what is the biggest event you've had there?
Graduation. I mean, most well-attended would definitely be the high school graduation.
Really? Okay.
Some of our most well-attended events would be some of the concerts we've done, Ned Ledoux, Lori Morgan, monster trucks, obviously.
People do love monster trucks.
Monster trucks.
So there's a picture of the first year you had the monster truck. Tell us what happened. Did like a truck run through the wall?
I'm super glad to have survived our first monster truck show. We did have a truck flip and hit the garage door. You know, did that first, or not a bathroom wall, I guess. Scratched the building. You know, got the new
Took some of the shine off.
Yeah. But we survived.
Yes.
Everybody survived. And so now we have major precautions when we have monster trucks in.
I'll tell you, that was a grand opening for the record books.
It was. You know, we went in with a bang.
Literal.
Yeah, literally a bang. Oh, so what do you, like, because you were there, I remember walking through the event center before, like, I think all the walls were up, and I was wondering why you were wearing boots. You were the smart one, Emily. And I'm in these like 3-inch heels trying to make it work. But after the full construction and everything, you guys had these just grandiose ideas for events. Are we there? Because I feel like you're bringing great events to Montrose. Is there something else bigger, more exciting that you're looking to bring, or you guys are pretty happy with where we are?
You know, on our end, so COVID made us switch our business model a little bit.
Really? You too?
Yeah. Yeah, everybody, right? Because last August, we were done with 2020. We were ready to start scheduling 2021. But in the back of our mind, we had this fear that 2020 was going to roll into 2021. And we wanted some kind of assurance that the events we were booking, we could actually host. When we started looking at all the events we've had hosted, the ones that seemed like we could have no matter what was happening were our equine events.
Oh.
And so Sarah went after those equine events and booked as many as she possibly could. So when you look at our calendar in 2021, you just see, you know, barrel races, team ropings, reignings, one after the other. And they fit really well in the space. And even better, they bring people, not necessarily thousands of people at one time, but they bring those competitors into Montrose for multiple days. And there's a great economic impact that happens.
Most definitely, yes.
So I think our most exciting events roll back to the horse industry.
I really think so. So this last 2 weekends, we hosted 2 huge barrel races. The biggest barrel races is rumored to happen in Colorado this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had competitors, athletes, both 4-legged and 2-legged, in Montrose for 10 days. They came from California, they came from Florida, they came from everywhere in between. And these really are competitors at the peak of their profession. So we had a little bit of a fangirl now, but Lisa Lockhart in the building. So I had to Google her a lot. Very famous barrel racer. But for 10 days, these folks are in our building, but they're also in Montrose.
Yes.
In our community.
Yeah, and that's you know, when part of our mission is to bring economically impactful events to Montrose.
Yes.
Those 2 events really did fit the bill in that respect. You've got 400 horses on the fairgrounds. You know, that increases the population of horses by more than 10% in the county.
And I have to ask this. This is crazy because I'm very naive when it comes to, do the horses stay on the fairgrounds for that, or do they take them to different? No, so they're there. They're trailered.
So we had a lot of horses on the fairgrounds. 300 and what would you say was it? 330 in the end.
Yeah.
About 330 actually bunking up with us.
Oh my God.
The Horse Hotel.
Yep. Yeah.
We are the Horse Hotel.
You are, okay.
It was super duper. And then also there were other stables and so forth in Montrose County and the surrounding counties that actually also benefited from having those additional horses in town.
Because we had met our capacity. We had over 400 horses running there.
Okay.
So those horses were housed, at other equine facilities in our community.
So you facilitate finding those facilities where the horses can board as well, or do you just?
We had some contacts, but a lot of them, took advantage of Facebook groups and so forth to get the barrel racers in touch with the right people.
Yeah.
So when you think about, I remember the initial building of the event center, and you're right, the economic impact, the goal was that it impacts our community as a whole, not just getting events here at the event center. But are you feeling good about when you bring concerts or the equine events that people are staying in hotels, they're eating out in restaurants, they're shopping on Main Street? Have you all been able to see an increase? Have you looked at that data?
Yes and no. So, in regards to the equine events, we, based on the American Quarter Horse Association, has come up with a calculator. And they say every horse that checks into a facility brings with it 3 people. And then each individual person spends approximately $150 per day, per event day in the community.
Okay.
So to date, we've checked in 813 horses. We feel like it's a little less than 3 people per horse.
Okay.
We kind of went through our events, and based on observation and experience, we're saying that each horse brings in about 2.5 people.
Okay.
They're staying for different amounts of days, but we, as in the first 6 months, are estimating that we've had a contribution of $936,000 in just our equine events.
Wow.
Yeah. We really like to focus like those larger attendant events during the what we consider the hotel off season. So basically January through March is when we're trying to host our concerts. We were able to host the 3A regional wrestling a couple years ago, and that filled our hotel rooms in February.
Okay.
So we're really aiming those bigger attended events during that time when people can get a hotel room versus sending them to Delta to get a hotel room.
Right. Oh, that's great. So what does 2022 look like?
So we have.
Emily, I love the way she is looking. Sarah's like, well, I guess I'm going to answer
I
that.
gotta survive 2021 first.
What have you been doing?
Exactly. Sorry about that, bus.
Can you guys believe now that you say that? You're like, I'm still trying to survive 2021.
Yeah.
It is July 2nd.
It's awesome, isn't it?
2021. We are halfway through the year.
But so we are looking forward to 2022. So at the end of 2020, my thing was like, 2021's gonna be epic.
2021 is epic.
It is epic.
So my objective is to make 2022 even more epic. So we have several of our big equine events that have already rebooked with us.
Fantastic. I was going to ask about that. So their experience was so good here, I guess all around, that they are rebooking.
Totally.
Good.
Thanks community, because you did welcome everybody here, and so the Run at the Rose will happen again in 2022.
Okay.
With the Colorado Classic the next weekend.
Those are the barrel races.
Those are the barrel races, and so they expect the organizers of those events expect those to grow. And then we will have several reining horse shows, and obviously the national team roping groups will be coming back again. So we're super excited about that. But in addition to that, in Q1, we'll also be doing a bucket. We haven't exactly decided on the date of that yet. So another bull riding in the indoors in the event center in the winter when it's cold out.
So look for that in Q1. Okay.
And then I believe we're also already scheduled too for the Rocky Mountain Oyster and Red Dirt Festival too.
Yeah.
Good.
Super
I know that was
about
a
that.
huge hit.
Reckless Kelly will be in town. I think that event will grow to have a regional draw. And Red Dirt music's really kind of on fire right now. People are really into it. It's met its pinnacle in terms of fashion. Everybody loves to be a cowboy.
Yes.
And Red Dirt music really kind of speaks to that. But at the same time, we also get to celebrate our agricultural background with the Rocky Mountain oysters, of course.
I'm excited
Super
about that.
tasty.
Yes.
You wouldn't believe how many Rocky Mountain oysters a person can eat. Apparently. Yep. We were super surprised.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it like running out of beer?
It is worse. It is actually
way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't run out of
Okay.
nuts.
About a half a pound per person is about what people can eat. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's in
Yummy.
public.
Yeah.
So what about the Sweet Corn Festival? Do we know anything about that?
The Sweet Corn Festival, we had a blast hosting it in 2019. They have moved back to Olathe to kind of celebrate their roots.
Okay.
So
Didn't know that, but
Yeah.
No.
We wish them all the best on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and with everything changed with COVID, and because did it happen last year?
It did not happen
It did
last
not,
year.
okay.
So
That-
they're in that rebuilding year
I'm
too,
with you.
just like a lot of events.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so if I had pulled, this is our wish list. All right, Montrose, wish list. If we had any pull here, who would we bring to Montrose? Come on.
Oh, I mean, I'm super excited about Rickless Kelly, frankly. But,
Okay.
you know, and I really do love rodeo. So the more rodeo I can get here, the better. Like it's my dream that we're like the rodeo capital of the western United States. Like, but that's lofty. But like I feel like we're kind of getting there.
Do you know what? Sarah Fishering has said it. Let's make this dream come true.
Make it
okay?
happen,
Yes,
people.
we can make it happen. The rodeo capital.
I really do love rodeo, and it's the event center is very well equipped to deal with that. Our team is top notch. Our tractor drivers, maintenance guys, they really do know what they're doing. Our dirt is awesome.
Yes.
And we're just really well equipped for rodeo. And so the bigger the rodeo, the better, in my opinion.
I don't disagree, ladies, at all. So all I want to say is, Montrose, come out and support the fair and rodeo. Come out and support Root to Tip. I think that is going to be awesome. And just come see the event center. Do you know that there are people who still have not seen the new event center? They haven't come through. Come on out, take a look. Montrose County, thank you so much for everything that you do for Montrose and caring. And it's huge. It is huge when you have county officials who truly care about the communities that they live in. Anything else we need to add?
I don't think so.
No?
Thanks for the time. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank
Yeah. Score. We did something right. All right, I'm going to get on a horse, I promise.
We'll be there.
I think we need to get you on a horse.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week, either on or off of a horse. Have a great weekend.